Trying to go 9, trying to win his first ball game of the year, and 219 career-wise. 1-1, hit foul out of play. It would also be Uncle Philip's first complete game of the year. Notorious as a slow starter, Niekro off last year 1-4, ended up a 20-game winner. The 1-2, bouncing ball, Gomez, and he got him on a nice play. Louis had to hurry, and he throws out on. Now Phil Garner, who is 2 for 3. Garner singled twice and struck out. Bouncing ball short. Louis again. 2 in a row. Little shortstop did a fine job on both of those slow hit balls. Now a pinch hitter. As we look at it again, watch Gomez charge this ball. No margin for error. And you know, when they make a play like that, they're usually doing the whole thing in anywhere from 4.2 seconds to 4.4, because that's what your average runner, or maybe a little bit above average, takes to get to first. So you can't really make a mistake. Outside. John Milner is the batter. He's hitting for the pitcher. 2-0 to John. Down low. He's batting for Hassler. Milner is a native of Atlanta. 3-0. Strike call. John's been around a while. He signed originally with the New York Mets. Niekro with 1 out to go. 3-1 pitch. 3-2. Milner batting 152. 6 RBI. We're down to a 3-2 count. Here it is. Swung on, and this is the ball game. Royster back, and this one belongs to Atlanta. As Royster makes a play in short right, and Phil Niekro has just pitched himself a whale of a ball game. He gets congratulations all around. The Braves win their first game on the road. They were 0-8. They're 1-2 on this trip. Niekro wins his first game of the year. He goes 9. He's won 219 now in an illustrious career. Final score, the Braves 6 and the Pirates 1. Back with the totals after this message.
You got a lot of good living here. So just do what the doctor said. For the others who want you around, you gotta keep that high blood pressure down.
Sure I'm ready for this, Dad? After working with me for 3 months? Sure you're ready. All right, partner, let's do it.
All right.
Sure, he's got things to learn, but he'll do fine. Make sure you're around to teach him. If you have high blood pressure, don't take chances. Take your pills, watch your weight, cut down on salt, do whatever your doctor prescribes. You can control your high blood pressure if you stay on your treatment every day, no matter how you feel. After all, this is just the beginning.
Partners gotta take care of each other, right?
Okay, Doc.
Do it for yourself and all the loved ones in your life.
High blood pressure. Treat it and live.
43 by September. Then, nearing the end of September 1927,
Just go to the nearest exit. And no need to panic. Just find the nearest exit. That's the first thing to look for in a restaurant or a theater or any crowded building. The exit. It could be the difference between getting out fast or not getting out at all.
Fine performance by the Braves. They beat the Pirates by a score of 6-1, and Skip, you have the total.
For Atlanta, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 3. Phil Niekro, the winner, his first victory of the year. He's now 1-4. Pittsburgh, 1 run, 7 hits. The Pirates, 4 errors tonight. They left 8 men on base. Jim Rooker, really a tough luck loser. He couldn't get through the first due to injury. 2 runs scored after he left the game. His record now 2-2, and the Braves have their first road win, Ernie, in 9 tries this year.
It was nice coming here tonight with Niekro because he needed that one. Tomorrow night, we're on a half hour earlier. It'll be 7 o'clock in the East. On the post-game show tonight, Harding Peterson will be my guest. We'll talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates, and we'll talk about baseball in general. Till tomorrow, for Skip and Pete, this is Ernie Johnson. So long from Three Rivers.
Atlanta Braves baseball has been brought to you by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By Eastern Airlines, Atlanta's first airline, and now the official airline of the Atlanta Braves. By your Coca-Cola bottler. Drink ice-cold Coke and work or play with a smile. By Toyota, who hopes you enjoyed the game. Toyota invites you to catch the feeling and see the 1980 Toyota Corolla. It's totally new from the ground up. Oh, what a feeling to drive a Toyota. By the Gulf Oil Corporation, who reminds you that when you have to drive, drive with Gulf and drive with experience. By Canon, quality cameras and photographic equipment for first-time and full-time photographers. By Beech Nut Chewing Tobacco. The name's not new, but we've changed the chew for the better. And by your neighborhood McDonald's. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can.
Once you set foot on a Bodie plantation, you best set your mind to working. Come on, boy. Put your back into it.
The Bodie Plantation was one of the largest cotton plantations in the country. Today on this very site is a United Negro College Fund member school, producing graduates who become doctors, lawyers, and chemists. And your contributions to the College Fund help keep tuitions low at 41 schools, so young people with potential can reap the benefits of an education.
It took a lot to turn a cotton plantation into a college that plants the seeds of knowledge. Now let's get to work.
Give to the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
WTBS, Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, everybody. This is our extra inning show. Ernie Johnson speaking to you from Pittsburgh, where the Braves just won their first game of the year on the road behind Phil Niekro's fine pitching 6-1. There were no home runs hit. Niekro the winner, Rooker the loser. And a reminder that we'll be playing tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Sunday afternoon 1:30, and 3 from Philadelphia before getting back to Atlanta for a nice long homestand. So the good news here tonight, 6-1, the Braves over the Pirates. My guest is going to be Harding Peterson. He runs this Pittsburgh Ball Club. I'll be talking with him right after this word from our sponsor.
Some people believe it's better to get thrown clear in a car crash. But at 30 miles per hour, that's the speed you will be doing when you hit the concrete or a lighting pole. Or maybe you're just lying there, stunned in the road. No, the best place to be in a car crash is in the car with your safety belts buckled to hold you there. If you're not wearing a safety belt, what's holding you back?
The Armed Forces Film Festival concludes Thursday night at 11:30 with a story of life at West Point.
There's a time and a place for assault and battery.
Well, I'll not take back a word. Now let him go and report me to the superintendent. And he will, too, as fast as his hands and knees will carry him.
Tyrone Power and Maureen O'Hara star in The Long Gray Line, Thursday night at 11:30 on the all-night superstation WTBS.
My guest is Harding Peterson, better known as Pete. And
right, Ernie, call me Pete.
Welcome to the show. And it wasn't a good game from your side. It was a good game from the Braves side, but you're off to the best start that you've ever been off to.
Well, we have, Ernie. We've gotten off to on the right foot, so to speak, and usually, you know, we play catch-up all year, so I don't know whether to be happy about our good start or not, because usually we start bad and then we come charging back, say, from the middle of the year, you know, the rest of the way. But, you know, I was a little upset just a few seconds ago. You said the good news from Pittsburgh tonight. I don't see anything good about it. I'm only kidding. Phil pitched a great game, and he's a great pitcher, and he's a great credit to the game. And I was pleased that he won, not necessarily against us, but he's a fine pitcher and a fine man with it.
You know, I wanted to have you on to talk about the situation here, and I used this on television before during the game. I said that back in the 50s, I was playing for John Quinn, and one day I was looking for another $500 or $1,000 raise, and I made the statement while negotiating with him, you don't want any unhappy ball players, do you, John? And he said, we get rid of the unhappy ones. And I said, where do I sign? Well,
I'll take the 500, huh?
I'll take it. But along the same lines, Bert Blyleven has said he's unhappy, and you didn't say anything but, well, we'll try to accommodate you and get rid of you.
Well, Ernie, you know, I go under this philosophy. I'm more concerned about Bert Blyleven as a human being than I am about Bert Blyleven as a Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher. Because I think that's what life is all about. Baseball will be here long after you and I and Bert Blyleven are gone. But we have to live with ourselves and do what we think is right as human beings with one another. And Bert is unhappy pitching for the Pirates. He's not pitched the way he thinks he should be pitched. So if we can trade him, I will, but if I can't make a good deal, which I told Bert, then he'll have to make his mind up to pitch for the Pirates or pitch for that semi-pro team back home in California and make $10 a game rather than the kind of money he's making for us.
Did it all come about because he thought that Chuck wasn't using him the right way? I know he was taken out of a couple of games, but heavens, the season is young.
Yeah, well, it isn't just from this year, Ernie. This has been going on for about a year and a half. Bert has talked to Chuck about why he takes him out at different times in the game. That's happened to you, I'm sure, and the manager said, hey, Ernie, maybe they'd like to take you out in AAA somewhere, huh?
I've been down there.
But anyway, you know, we are concerned about Bert. He is unhappy, and I'm going to do what I can for him, but I hope I can work things out. But if I can't, you know, my job is to give the manager the best 25 players I can, and I want to make Bert happy, but not at the expense of hurting the Pittsburgh Baseball Club.
Sounded like you'd like to make the trade with the American League if possible.
Well, yes, of course. I'd hate to see him pitching for somebody in the Eastern Division and helping them beat us out. Yeah. You know that. And he did express, by the way, that he would rather pitch in the American League because of the DH. You know, they let their starters go longer in the American League. So we're going to try to work things out. But again, he knows that if I can't, he'll pitch for the Pirates or he'll pitch at home.
He has one of those long-term contracts, I understand, goes over 2000, the year 2000.
Well,
the deferred,
no, that's all right. No, the deferred payments, Ernie, go into over the year 2000, but his contract, we never announce how long the contract is, but let's say it is for approximately 5 years.
Okay. Now, Bill Madlock, the jury's out on him, really, wondering if he'll get a suspension and a fine or both.
Well, Chub Feeney, the National League president, was out on the coast, and he's on his way back to New York to his office. And the umpires have not had a chance, from what I understand, to give them their full report, which, of course, they want to do. And then Chub will make his decision, and I'm sure he'll be fair like he has to be in all cases like this or any other cases where he has to make a decision and a judgment. So he'll be fair, and if he thinks Bill should get suspended, then I would think he would. But if he doesn't, then he won't.
Pete, you've done a good job here. I was just wondering about one facet of the game. Do you belong to the scouting combine?
Yes, we do. We went into the combine about 6, 7, 8 years ago. We let a lot of good scouts go, Ernie, and it has its good points, the scouting combine, and it has its bad points. I think just like every other kind of system or thing that you're involved with, So that's how I feel about it. I'm for it in some respects and against it in others.
Do you think, and I've asked other people this, do you think that one day college baseball will take care of the A division, say, or AA division of minor league baseball?
Ernie, let me say this, that I can't see that happening the way college baseball is structured today, but I don't rule anything out because things change in our game just like they change in our everyday living and different situations. So it's a possibility, but not under the way college baseball operates today. A lot of things would have to be changed for that to work.
Pete, thanks for stopping by. It's always nice chatting with you. A couple of Scandahoovians here. All we need is some lutefisk or something like that. It's always nice being with you.
Well, you know that song, You're Laughing on the Outside, Ernie Cry. You know, you go back to those days, and that's how we feel tonight. But I'm glad for Phil Niekro because, as I say, he's been a credit to the game of baseball. And if anybody should beat us, Phil Niekro is one of the pitchers that I'd like to see beat us. Not that I like to get beat, but if we do, he's one that hurts, let's say, a little bit less than somebody else. But nice to be with you. And, hey, by the way, I listen to you guys. You know, we get the cable here, and I see you and Skip and Pete and you guys do a great job. You're all a credit to the game, and I know the fans back in Atlanta enjoy the broadcast of the games, the job you guys do.
Thank you so much.
Right. My pleasure, Ernie.
We'll be back after this word.
Look, it's America's favorite mouse gone disco. Catch Mickey Mouse Fever with this 9-song album from Walt Disney Productions. Plus 2 big bonus albums with 54 children's favorites. This offer is unavailable in stores. Here's Donald as Macho Duck.
Macho Duck. He's a macho duck.
Watch out for Goofy.
Watch out for Goofy. He's a disco demolition.
It's a small world. That's 3 records for $9.98. 8-track or cassette, $12.98. This offer is a TV exclusive. Order today.
To order, phone toll-free 1-800-257-1234. In New Jersey, call 800-232-6966. Or to avoid COD charges, send $9.98 for records, $12.98 for 8-track or cassette to Mickey Mouse Disco, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia 30357.
Want to thank Pete Peterson for stopping by. He'll receive a Mr. Thin from our good friends at Panasonic. They're slightly ahead of their time. In fact, they're way ahead of their time. Let's touch on the other scores quickly. San Diego at New York. They've played 6 innings. The Padres lead at 1-0 Wise against Burris. Los Angeles at Philadelphia, rain delay. It was 3-1 Philadelphia after 3. Sutcliffe against Ruthven. Schmidt a home run. Philadelphia and Smith hit one for the Dodgers. Houston at St. Louis. It is 1-1 as they go to the 5th. Williams against Forsch. Montreal beat San Francisco this afternoon 4-3. 4-3-0 for the winning Expos, 3-8-0 for San Francisco. The winner Bonson, the loser Lavelle. Dawson and Valentine had home runs. Cincinnati was leading the Chicago Cubs 3-1 after 3. We don't have too much on that. American League, Cleveland 6-1 over Toronto as they go to the bottom of the 8th. Milwaukee 3, Chicago nothing after 4.5 at Chicago. That's Caldwell against Kravick. The Yankees lead Minnesota 3-0 as they go to the bottom of the 5th. Guidry spinning that shutout against Zahn. Jackson a home run, New York, his 5th of the year. Boston 2, Kansas City 2 after 3.5. Mike Torres against Gale. Baltimore, Texas, and the Rangers lead it 2-1 as they go to the bottom of the 5th. Flanagan against Matlack, a battle of 2 good left-handers. Oliver a home run, Texas. Later, Seattle at California, Detroit at Oakland. And here it was the Braves 6 and the Pittsburgh Pirates 1 behind Phil Niekro. Next telecast is tomorrow night. Hope that you'll join us at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Until then, for Pete Van Weeren and Skip Carey, this is Ernie Johnson from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh.
The Old West comes alive for you Saturday mornings at 8:30 on the TBS Western Theater.
and Sherlock Holmes in Washington. It stars Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce.